Team, I tell you every time I come here, man, I love your shop. Man, that is nice. Some similar to this. What are we doing with the Porsche?
I'm kind of thinking.
What's up, guys?
Hi.
Hey. So we're headed over to BBI. Like I told you guys earlier, we're making a RSR clone, a cup car clone. I have no idea what we're doing. Very similar to Cymbalo, how they surprised me with the design. BBI is going to surprise me with the design. So we're going to go over there. We're going to talk to them about what we're going to do with the GT3 RS.
Clarification, is BBI building the body kit for you as well?
Yes.
Okay, so they're doing body kit, engine mods.
Yeah, so BBI is building a supercharger and the body kit.
Is a supercharger like you plug in and it charges really fast?
Exactly, yeah, okay. It's like an iPhone charger.
Got it.
Yeah, 2M.
Got it.
2.5 M. It's like, you know, talking car things with a non-car guy. Brian just has the money, right? You just have. Are you a car guy? Are you really a car guy?
I hold 3 professional racing licenses. Yes,
all right.
I'm a car guy.
He's a car guy. He passes.
You want to go race motorcycles? Let's go.
I actually do ride.
Okay.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh no.
We'll go on the track though.
No, I'm good.
No road course, track.
What's the difference?
I mean, no street, only track.
Yeah, you confused me. That was like, wait, what?
Hey, there's no walls, there's no cars, there's no curves.
Okay, you're just gonna keep throwing those jabs at me. That's okay. Anyway, Brian.
Yes.
New video, new pull.
What am I gonna pull? Into the back of the guy's bumper?
Yeah, into that guy. All right, Brian. Last time I came here, I drifted into this corner. Can you do the same?
Nope.
Okay.
I think there's like 1 or 2 Porsches here.
Oh yeah, just a couple.
It's been a minute since I've been here.
All right, let's go.
Let's go, Chica. 997, we give 60.
Don't step on that.
Don't step on the dog shit. Don't step on that one.
Oh, almost it. Thanks. I was looking at this. I gotta get a roll cage for mine. And this harness.
Yeah, the way you drive?
No, I definitely, you gotta see the last video I did with my friend. He's like all over me at 120 miles an hour. He's like on top of me. Oh man, look at this.
I'll take this.
You'll take what?
The simulator.
Oh yeah, that's cool. I love this place. Every time I come in here, you got something new. Brian, this is how I spec'd out my GT3 RS, exactly like this. And this was gonna take another 2 months for me to get, so I chose the one I have. Look at the interior of this. What do you like more, the interior of this or the interior of mine?
I'm more of a simple guy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Red stitching, red dials.
Nice and soft.
That's exactly what mine was gonna look like with the Auburn wheels. What do you think of this?
Not too shabby.
You like CGTs?
Yeah, I've never driven in one.
All right, let's go find the guys.
They're probably in the back.
Probably.
Classified.
Here. What's up, dude?
That's what you need right here, Edmond.
This?
Yeah.
This was at the track. Hey, you're shaking it too much.
So it's because I was getting shit from my pocket.
This Ultima GTR was at the track. You should have heard this thing.
Did he lap you?
No. I made sure not to go on at the same time. This thing was a beast. Hey, it is so loud. You have no idea how loud this thing is. And it shoots flames. It's not street legal. They trailered it over there.
But there's a license plate.
Is there? Huh.
Very interesting.
Yeah, we gotta ask him about that because I would love to have something like this. If this is street legal.
Is that air conditioning?
No. Look at the steering wheel.
I know.
Look at this thing. Oh, the keys are here too. Yeah, no AC. It actually has AC vents. How does that work?
That's probably a heater.
That's cool.
Fancy.
Fancy schmancy. Okay, I'll be here in 6 minutes.
That's a long time, bro.
So what do you think? We might do something similar to this. Just like a Fender Flare.
A little old school action?
Yeah. Or, because this is a cup bumper.
Yeah.
Let's see what else they got.
They'd have that car in there.
Let's go check that one out. What do you guys think? Should I go all out with the bumpers and all that? Kind of look like this? Or should we put fenders on it? Some similar to this. As you can tell, this entire piece has been swapped out, so it sits flush.
Yeah, Tim should be back. I think she's on a phone call, so he said when he's done, he'll...
Yeah, he texted me. Thanks, man.
Ouch.
So, this fender was obviously replaced with this bumper, so much wider bumper. Dude, this is cool. But something like this costs 300K. Yeah. I don't know if I want to spend 300K, but look at the undercarriage of this.
Like
look at the undercarriage. Wow.
They made all of this?
Yeah, everything is handmade. So this car was at SEMA last year. This year it's gonna be my car instead. So this is cool. So this is more like a Fender Flare type.
For your car, I go more this.
Tell where the original fender was cut. All I know is we got to get a massive diffuser on mine. That's all I care about, the rear end. Massive diffuser.
So you
oh,
can
this
break
is
that
cool, man.
when you go into the wall?
This is very, this looks just like the RW. Hey, this isn't an RWB, right?
Yes.
Is it?
Yeah.
It is a RWB.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it is a RWB. I can tell from this. Yeah. This looks cool. Man, that is nice. The infamous, iconic Porsche flat 6-cylinder engine. So this is what it means to be flat. So the pistons go this way, as opposed to a V-shape where it goes up and down. Takashi 69's engine. All right, this is another perfect example of a fendered one. This has obviously fender flares. It's probably cut over here. Yes, it is. You can tell where it was cut. Oh, these are meaty tires. Master wing. Obviously a wider fender in the front as well. Hey, what's up? Nice mustache.
Yeah, try to piss my wife off.
That's funny. Brian, the team.
Nice to meet you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for this weekend, by the way. I had a
Oh,
blast.
did you?
Yeah, I had
Good.
so much fun.
Good.
My car threw a check engine light, which is why I didn't bring it.
Okay.
My ambient sensor is messed up from the accident.
From the nose, yeah.
Yeah.
That happens.
Yeah, so I ordered a new ambient sensor, and I'll bring it in next time.
Did it rip off the ambient sensor, or?
I don't know. I haven't taken the bumper apart yet to see.
I mean, that throws all the codes and everything.
Yeah.
It pisses everything off.
Yeah, it did. So anyway, what are we doing with the Porsche?
All right. Well,
You want this on here or off?
sure. Is it on or off?
It's on.
Oh, hello.
Hey.
Yeah. So actually, I'm kind of thinking. So this is a 2010 Cup R.
Okay, this is nice.
Yeah, I like the way the bubble flares work.
Okay.
I like the simplicity of it.
Yes.
You can integrate. I mean, this is a full bumper, but you can integrate these flares into the 991.
Okay.
And we're gonna do something like that. We did this a long time ago on Project Grip, where
So this is your build.
no, this is an OEM
OEM.
991
Okay.
or 997 Cup R.
Okay.
So this is from 2010. This is Porsche. This is exactly. It was raced in Japan just like this. You know, one of 10 cars.
Wow.
And I want to take the same kind of theory and go to the 991 GT3.
I love the width of this.
Yeah. So we'll go out and look at the 991 GT3R, and I'll show you.
That's cool. But team, I tell you every time I come here, man, I love your shop. I love how clean it is.
This is about the same width, but the fenders go from the door to here, and you have everything's really big and bulky instead of like the small little flares.
Okay.
And that's what I would like to see. I'd like to see the smaller little flares on the car. Same width,
Yeah.
but more bulbous, kind of like almost DTM style.
This is very labor intensive and work intensive. I mean, you got to change everything on this, right?
yeah.
So if we're trying to design something that we can sell to the masses, I doubt people would want to go this route because you have to chop up the entire
Yeah,
car.
something a little less intrusive.
Okay.
Yeah, but you still can put the 13-inch
Still get the
wheels
same
and
width,
get the
yeah.
track width at 79 inches where you want it, and you know, so yeah, I think that's.
I have no idea what any of that means. That's why you guys on the front. No, I'm joking.
No, it's all good. But yeah, we run like a 12-inch wide front wheel on this car.
12 inches
and a
wide.
13
Wow.
rear.
I'm 12 in the rear right now, right?
Yeah, 12. You're 12 and a half.
12 and a half.
12 and a half and 9.5 OEM.
Wow. So from 9.5 to 12.
Yeah.
That's gonna be insane.
Yeah. And then, I mean, then we have to make all the room for everything and push everything out, do the inner fender liners. We have to move your radiators forward a little bit.
Okay. So we do have to move something.
There's always, yeah.
So what's gonna be chopped? Obviously my fenders, front and rear.
Front and rear fenders, potentially your rocker down here so we can get good airflow coming out.
Okay.
You know, instead, because typically the rocker comes up here, the metal rocker, and comes back. So we chopped all that and pushed all that back. Yeah, and then, I mean, I would like to do the whole flat bottom like this, but that's a little, that's also a little much, you know. But
surprisingly, my car is pretty flat. I mean, not as flat as this, but flat enough.
Yeah, it'll do the job.
And as far as suspension?
Suspension, we're gonna do the full Street Cup line on there. You know, DSC, damper controller, play with the brake pads, we'll play with the
and
lines.
your headers. The headers,
long
you got
headers and ECU tune.
Oh my god, that sounded so good. I was so jealous. I thought my car sounded good until I heard Aro's car. I think blew the doors away on mine. And the wing, similar wing, or what are we doing?
I want to do probably a smaller wing.
Smaller?
But bigger than what you have. I want to do a straight blade cup wing.
Okay.
You know, either a cup or the early R wing. And then, yeah, I want it to be proportional.
Mine is going to hang down, right? It's not going to be upright like this.
Right, we're going to go from the top.
Okay. Exactly, like an RSR, like the new Senna.
Exactly. New Senna, they call them goosenecks.
Goosenecks, yes.
Because all the work is done on the wing on the bottom side of the wing. So when you have your wing mounts on the bottom, you're taking away really good surface area for the effectiveness of the wing. So you essentially can run a smaller wing with more downforce and less drag by mounting it from the top. So it's a more efficient design.
Can I still eat on that wing?
You can still eat on it.
I can sit on it?
Yep. Yeah, it's still good pizza box hole.
It helps out on track days. That's the best for track days.
Yeah.
And my diffuser. Last question. Diffuser and the rear bumper.
Yeah,
we're
gonna keep the rear bumper, but we're obviously gonna cut it for the flare, and then I want to do a treatment down here where we cut this back, get a lot of air evacuated out by the lower part of the wheel, and then we'll probably do a different diffuser under there just to incorporate
big one like this.
Yeah, something a little more serious.
And between, what's the purpose of this?
So the wheel well, if you can imagine, you're traveling this way, the wheel well, what happens is air stacks up in here, creates a high pressure zone underneath the car. When you can get rid of that air, it stops the whole parachute effect of the back bumper. Because this, you can imagine, this thing just will grab the air as you're going down, as it's tumbling under the car. So that's why everything's vented. There's as much air traveling through the bumper and around it than stacking up in it like an OEM car.
Perfect, makes sense. That's awesome. So it's gonna be a lot faster.
Yeah, it'll be wider, but more aerodynamically, it'll be more slippery, you know, through the air, because a lot more of the air is gonna be traveling through the body rather than having to push around it.
I'm stoked for this. Any idea what the timeline is?
2.5 days, 3 days. No, just kidding.
I was like, oh, okay.
No, it's gonna take us a little time. The process, what we're gonna do, we're gonna 3D scan your car, the good side.
Yes.
And and then we'll do a foam first mock-up in CAD and computer, and then we'll do a foam fender plug, put the fender on in foam, see how it is. If we like it, make design changes, whatever it is, and then we go to production with the carbon pieces.
Okay.
So I mean, it's time.
So it's gonna be all carbon.
All carbon.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's gonna be time consuming, but it's gonna be it'll be nice.
And it's gonna be ready for SEMA, right?
It'll be ready for SEMA. And the good part is, if you have another off-road extravaganza, easy to replace.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll make you a couple spares.
Don't laugh.
We'll make him a couple spares.
Hey, at least you didn't crash my car, bro.
The next time I'm gonna make sure it's in your car. But team, this is amazing, brother. I am so excited for this. This is my first time I bought a brand new car that I get to build myself.
Yeah, and see it through to your end vision.
Well, I mean, the FF, the Mercy, I've built those as well, but I got those two cars used. The Porsche, it just feels like home because it's the first time I bought a brand new supercar.
Yeah.
Was this the first
and it's a
supercar you
Porsche.
crashed into the wall?
No. Yeah, my orange 6-speed LP640 went into a wall as well. We don't talk about that.
Let's keep it track. Well, yeah, I'm looking forward to this project. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. We'll document the whole way through. It'd be fun to watch and watch it from idea, concept, 3D to foam to hard part to finished product.
Roughly though, 4 months?
I would say 4 to 5 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
The wheel company wants to know how big to make the wheel, so maybe I should have them hold off.
Hold off until then. Dimitri, once we get it done in CAD, we already have all the chassis data, so I know where your center locks are. I know where the wheel offsets are OEM, and so when we add to that, I will give you those offsets.
You got to do something with your 918. You were talking about straight pipes on his 918.
Let me show you something. I'll be right back.
This is gonna be cool. Straight pipes on a 918, spitting flames.
It already pretty much spits flames.
No, we're gonna make it shoot flames like a dragon, like my Mercy.
Metal 3D printing. Not here, but there's a company in Austria that's been doing a lot of this stuff for us. So this is a collector. This is what you heard. This is the collector on Aro's car, the GT3. So we went through a lot of design iterations to get the nozzle right, the tubing diameter, the length of the collector. I've got like 6 of these things. Yeah.
Wow.
And
What's a collector?
the collector is where all the tubes, so each cylinder, so this, you got a flat 6, so this is one bank, so you'll have what's called 3 primaries, one from each cylinder. You want to make sure that all the tubing is the same length. Then you tune the length of that also to get good scavenging, meaning that once one header or one cylinder fires, that it creates a low pressure zone on the second cylinder that in line, so that when that thing fires, it's actually drawing the exhaust gases out of it.
And not pushing it back.
Correct, yeah. So we play with that a lot. So this used to be powder. So in a machine that's in an inert environment, lasers come and do layer by layer by layer by layer by layer, and it prints this piece out, and then you got some post processing on it. But we did. Look, I think this was the world's first 3D printed Inconel manifold for the 991 Turbo.
Wow.
Or for any real car. I haven't seen anybody do a full 3D printed one. And this just came back. So we're able to.
So what material is this made out of?
Inconel. It's
Inconel,
it's a 625 Inconel. So essentially the same thing on a rocket nozzle, the same material on the discharge cone on an airplane. Same material.
So they could.
Same exact material that the headers on the 918 are made out of.
Okay.
It's a 625 Inconel.
So they could 3D print
from powder.
This is powder.
This is powder.
This isn't metal.
No, it is metal.
It is metal, but
So-
it started off in powder form.
It started out in powder form,
Wow.
in nano-sized powder, commercially, I mean, so pure, it's not even funny. Everything's in an inert environment, no oxygen can enter it, no impurities. And they lay it down layer by layer, and it's 400 millimeters by 400 millimeters by 360 millimeters. That's a table, it has 4 lasers that all talk to each other, and they start printing, what's called nesting. You get this, so we did pieces, and welded it together. But you kind of see, I don't know if you kind of see the layers in there.
Yes.
You can kind of see the lines.
Oh, they're pretty deep as well. I mean, pretty thick.
Yeah, you'll see kind of how they nested in the table. So obviously this was going this way, right? So they nest these in a table, then you cut them off and you weld them up and you do post-processing. But the reason for this is that I could keep a 991 turbo in a tight, compact area, equal length, where you really typically can't really get equal length unless you go real long, or you can change the volume of the tube by just bumping it up a little bit or changing the radiuses a little bit. So your imagination is really now the limitation of what you can do with metal. Yeah, so I mean, doing an incorporated collector into the downpipe with no weld seams, and it's still a true collector on the inside there. So that helps with boost response. And all of this stuff's only 1 millimeter thick. So, I mean, it literally glows white on the bottom of the car. We've never had one crack. It's just the material properties are just chosen perfectly for all this.
And how long does this take to print?
So to print 2 of these, the enough components for a left and a right, it takes a day on the table, a whole day.
Wow.
Yeah, and then all of our GT3 parts here.
And what is though with this design? That
So
is
this
cool.
this is Inconel. Now we started doing 3D printed intake manifolds. Okay, 918. I think half of the reason why it hasn't been done is because it's so good already. It is so good, and the header coming off the 918 in the middle of the bank is Inconel already, and it is beautiful. So to go there and hand build a stainless header is doing the car a disservice. You're not having the best materials, and now that we have the capabilities to explore materials and manufacturing processes that are at Formula One aerospace level, I think it's time to visit that project. I've been daydreaming about it a lot. I just want a straight pipe 918 making noise and fire. That, how the tips come out of the top? I would 3D print, those would probably be titanium, 3D printed with some, like a really nice nozzle style design, We can merge the gases together, and then I would almost just leave those OEM headers on it. They're just so good. God, they're so good. Unless we came up with like long tube headers that came out at the top of it, like a jet boat. But when you're messing with those cars, you have to step your game up. You can't.
Yeah, it's no longer just a turbo, which still is a $250,000 car. But
Exactly, but
now you're in 7 figures.
Yeah, now you're 7 figures. Now you have some consequences. Now you have to pay attention to what's going on. I've got 2 guys here that worked at the dealership that worked on the 918. So bring it in. I know I've done all the services. I know what to do. Blah blah blah. I don't personally. I mean, Carrera GT all day long. I'll take that car apart in my sleep, but. 918, I'm not experienced on that, so that's.
And there's not very many shops that even taken that car apart yet,
Right.
besides the dealer.
Right. Yeah, I remember when Porsche South Bay took one apart for the first time. I was there for 2 days, like just studying everything and looking at everything. And that's when I started playing with the suspension. We did one quarter balance alignment on the suspension. The car just needed. it was just destroying the front tires on track. So we just did an aggressive setup on it, did the adjustable drop links because it had solid drop links that weren't adjustable, and the car was great.
Okay.
Very simple, but it not only did the tires last longer, a lot more front end feel, and we were able to keep the rear end planted more under full throttle.
Yeah, when you launch it, it does not want to go straight.
Nope, all 4 tires. Yep, yeah.
And then my last set of tires, I actually quartered the centers launching it.
Quartered the centers, that's awesome. But, I mean, if you want to do something like that, I'm in 100%.
This is the first time I've been a cameraman on my vlog.
Are you're doing a good job? Let me see this
I'm doing a good job.
Let me see this. There, how's that?
Oh, perfect. Hey, what's up, guys?
Our host
Welcome back to the channel.
Our host is back.
I love listening to you guys talk. It's very cool. You're so knowledgeable. I love that about this place.
I fake it.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay, you just.
I googled it right before you guys showed up.
That's why you were late.
Yeah. I was actually in my car doing my homework.
I know you got a doctor's appointment.
Yeah.
I don't want you to be late.
All right.
Thank you so much. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Great to meet you.
Yeah, likewise. Good meeting you.
I'm gonna go film some of those cars if you don't mind.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's cool.
My shop's your shop.
Thank you.
All right.
That's awesome.
Don't
Later,
tell them
brother.
that. Might break something.
Guys, if you support me, go support BBI. Link in the description to follow their Instagram. Really cool guys, so knowledgeable, and you guys will see what my build process is like. I'm sure they'll be posting a lot on their Instagram. I love the way the car looks stock without the green stripe. Green stripe is unique, but this looks so stealthy. Might go back. I like the gold wheels a lot. This, but the 991.2 version of this is what my car is going to look like.